Hello everyone and welcome to episode 122 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series, where today we are continuing Living World Season 2 and we can begin the Dragon's Reach Part 1. With an Elder Dragon's corruption spreading, the heroes of Tyria set out in an attempt to gather allies to meet this new threat. But with problems of their own close to home, will world leaders add their support or just introduce more challenges? Where we have Rallying Call, Pale Tree will see us. Dear Athelstan, the Pale Tree has agreed to an audience, but she wishes to speak with you personally. I'm already in the grove with Bram and Rox. We'll wait for you here. Please come at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, Casimir. So, let's head over to the grove, our home. Here's our story mission, Rallying Call, and we have this classic Savari concept art here. And of course we can go up to the Pale Tree herself with the avatar of the tree and Ventari's tablet. And it's cool to see Ventari's tablet since we were interacting with some Maguma Centaur, which Ventari was not a Maguma Centaur when he was interacting with the Pale Tree, but he has some connections there where we have Casimir, Rox, and Bram, where we can go ahead and just meet up with them and we can kind of just discuss everything that's going on, and where she's gone back to Red Assume, Timey, and she has some schooling to catch up on, so she'll be doing all of that. And then Casimir talking about Marjorie, and we have the warden here that we can go ahead and chat with.
Hello, Casimir. I've been hearing a lot about you. You're the one who unveiled the Nightmare Tower, aren't you?
That was a team effort. I wouldn't have made it out alive without my friends. Especially this one here.
Hello. I heard you fought Zaitan beside Kaith. It's an honor to meet you. Our beloved mother is ready to see you. If you would follow me.
My child, what a delight to see you looking so well. You said you had a matter of utmost urgency to discuss. Please, let's talk.
Talking to the Pale Tree, it is fun that we get special dialogue here as a Savari, where Kaith has spoken to me about your involvement in Zaitan's demise. You still run with Destiny's Edge. I did for a while, now I lead a new group. Yes, so it is said. I suspect you will do even greater deeds with them, but tell me, what brings you here seeking my counsel? Two things. First, I had a vision. You figured prominently in it. Am intrigued. Tell me more. What was it about? Where did you have this vision? In an Asuran device Scarlet used to see the eternal alchemy, I saw it too. What dangers have you been toying with? Such things are not meant to be seen. They will crack your mind. I didn't understand much of the vision, but you were at the center. Well, my child, the one thing you must never forget is that I stand between you and the greatest darkness you will ever know. A vast darkness intent on consuming all that we hold dear. What do you mean, Mother? There are those who reject my protection. It leaves them vulnerable in ways they cannot imagine, in ways they never were before. I shield you as best I can, and will for as long as I can. You're talking about dragon corruption. We've been immune to it. Yes, in the past, my children have been immune, but Mordremoth's corruption is powerful, and just as Zaitan created the undead from so many creatures, so Mordremoth's corruption can change you. Scarlet? I believe she opened herself to it when she let down the walls of her mind. Mordremoth's corruption seeps in through the cracks in our willpower. Do not follow in her footsteps. Yes, we are strong-willed. So tell me, what is the second half of your quest here today? How may I help you? I wanted to ask more about Mordremoth. It seems to have fully awakened.
It is true. The elder dragon Mordremoth has reached full awareness.
No.
I've known since the moment we heard the roar. Lokin, would you kindly find Niam and ask her to come to speak with me?
Of course. I'll return with her as quickly as I can.
I had to send him away. What we have to discuss is too serious. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Tell me, what do you know about Mordremoth?
We can say it's been killing people. It attacked Forts Salma and Concordia. We encountered the minions far to the east and west as close as Brisbane Wildlands. So soon and so close. That does not bode well. Please continue. Salma and Concordia were destroyed by its giant thorn vines. This is troubling news. There's more. The minions are attracted to waypoints. They destroy them. We need to inform the world's leaders and get them to join ranks. The leaders of the other races. I'll ask my friends who would be best. My friends and I would do whatever we must to get them all here. Let's go ahead and regroup with our said friends.
Well, she agreed to play hostess. What do we do now?
Talking to Casimir, our plan is to get the world's leaders here. With her name on the summit, they might just come, but who and how? We split up, get to whomever you can, the highest ranking in your home city. So you want me to get someone from Divinity's Reach, the Queen, and Rox is going to the Black Citadel, and Bram will go to Holbrack. I'll help you all. We can do it together. That's a comfort. Thanks, alright, we can do this. Yes, we can.
I won't get an audience with the Queen, but I can speak with Countess Anise.
Nervous? I know you've had, issues with your people.
No, I'm fine. I just haven't had to speak with Countess Anise or the Queen for a while. Not since my father.
I suppose I'll have to toughen up and talk to Tribune Brimstone. I won't get anywhere near Smoter.
Yeah, and I'll have to return to Holbrook. Last time I saw Whitebear, my mother was there.
We can do this. It's important. And afterward, we'll meet up again.
Not every battle is fun, I suppose. Before I head to Holbrook, I should find Taimi. She's in Radasum. Maybe she can talk to Zojja about getting an Asuran leader at the summit.
But in their mind, she's just a student. No one there pays much attention to her.
I know, but she's got Zojja's ear. It's worth a shot. If she fails, we'll send in the boss to convince Zojja. They're friends.
Well, we have everything covered. Send word to each other when things are squared away, yes?
Deal. Guess all we have to hope for is that everyone agrees to show up.
Once we get them in one place, we can worry about convincing them to join forces.
The world coming together in support of a single cause? Yeah, that'll happen.
For luck.
Oh, Rox. Please.
And we just got a note from Taimi titled Mordremoth's Reach. Hello, the Asuran news updates are saying that vines matching the recent attacks at Fort Concordia and Fort Salma have appeared in the Iron Marches. If this proves true, Mordremoth's reach may be even greater than any have anticipated. I surmise that it's in our best interest for you to investigate these reports. So let's discuss Taimi's letter, where we can say what the letter just said, and we can say that we can go investigate the Iron Marches, and we can tell them good luck. Thank you, Casimir, where we have completed the first story mission here, and now we can do Uprooting the Iron Marches, where we can investigate reports of Mordremoth. The Iron Marches, of course, being located in Ascalon, where the furthest east that we saw Mordremoth's influence was here at Fort Concordia, on the western end of the Shiver Peak Mountains, meaning Mordremoth has been able to get through the Shiver Peak Mountains and into Ascalon. Where, let's go ahead and waypoint over here. And as we load in, we can see straight away a bunch of vines and even a Mordrem champion, where we can say we are here to help, and we can help the Char incinerate the Mordrem invaders. Where let's go try to help out with this Mordrem champion really quickly, since people are doing this event. If I can get up there, this is kind of an inconvenient route for us. But as we explored the Iron Marches, a very long time ago, I kind of tried to hide the Mordrem stuff going on here, but we can see Mordremoth's influence all around here. So let's go ahead, attack the Vile Thrasher, and I should maybe summon my Flesh Golem, and we can throw everything that we can at this guy, since he has the invulnerability from breaking his break bar. And then we can just try to finish him off, and this should be pretty easy. There's a large group of people here, which is cool. And I think there's an achievement to do all of the events related to Mordremoth in this map, one of which is kind of like a really weird one, and I'm not really planning on doing that. But let's go ahead and chat with you, where we can say we are ready, where we just spawned another event actually. through the story mission, which is actually really cool. And I think this event just pops up randomly every now and then as well. Where let's go ahead and start using our flamethrower here. And we can go ahead and try to kill all the jungle tendrils. Or maybe we don't need to use the flamethrower. It seems kind of inconvenient. But what is convenient is we had a large group of people right next to us at the last event, and then this event started right here, and we had at least 2 people from that event over there come here to help out with this event, which is going to make our life a little bit easier, so that's really nice for us. And now we need to kill the tendrils again, so let's get over here. And then this jungle tendril is the last one, and I think he's going to respawn some every 25%. Kill you, and then back to the Mordremoth Grave Lash. As we can see, there are quite a few dead char around here. This kind of shows an aspect of Mordremoth where, with his reach, where he is able to influence events and areas all around the world, that means many people are going to be impacted by Mordremoth, such as the char here. So to some extent, the char are going to start caring a lot about Mordremoth. Go ahead and then run back over here where we have our char friend, and we can get an update on what is going on, where we can go ahead and try to get a sample from the char just northeast of here. So let's go ahead and follow through this road, go under these cool vines that, on one hand, I feel like they kind of ruin the Iron Marches to some extent, where there's just like massive vines that exist in this map forevermore. But on the other hand, they look pretty cool. Over in this area, we have a couple of char where we can ask how we can help. And then there's Mordremoth husk samples over here, where let's try to kill these thrashers first. And then we have these vine chambers. So I think we need to kill the thrasher in order to get spores. Or do we need to go to our friend over there? Oh wait, we have it. And then we can get the sample like that. So then we just got another. Except maybe we have to go over here first. It looks like, oh wait. Now we can interact with this one. It has like a cooldown that's like slightly annoying. So we just got another husk sample. Let's get this spore, and then let's get over to this one. And then, oh, it's just like the vines just came out of that. It threw me. That was really cool. We can get, let's go turn this in and see how many we're at. Somebody was helping out, but then they left. But it looks like we only need one more, really. So let's just kill this thrasher really quickly. Throw stuff on the ground. Get the spore now that it's there. Get one more sample. And to our good friends over here, turn this in, hypothetically, to the other one. There we go. And then we need to go to the north after this. So I guess we only had to bring in one sample, but this is good enough for completing the event, so we can get credit there. And then let's go up here and help out, where I think this is the 4th event in the map, where there was like the first one that we did earlier. So if we happen to be able to do the event around the Mordremoth here, I think we might get that achievement. There's a lot of workers and loggers running this way. Let's go ahead and just help them out, and we can get some more samples to study. You can see the loggers trying to deal with the vines here, and there are just a ton of tendrils all around here, plus some like nasty wargs and whatnot we can go ahead and easily deal with. And then we can see what will happen to the char here trying to deal with the jungle tendrils.
Damn, I need some help.
Where it looks like all the workers were captured. So let's go ahead and interact with this event, which I remember being kind of buggy. So we'll see how it goes. Let's try to heal up a little bit. Go into Shroud and AoE them down. Looks like my Flesh Golem died. Let me just save 2 of the workers here. So let's come this way to help out over here as best we can. Maybe drop Shroud for a moment. It looks like we can't apply condies to these vine chambers, which is interesting. But they are really easy to deal with. And then we also have a 20-minute timer to complete this event. So I think we should be successful here unless something weird happens. We've destroyed 4 of the vine chambers now. Can easily deal with this one and then just work our way over the last supplying chamber we have here, where we have a couple of allies with us. We can go ahead and break that. And then we can go ahead and chat with our Char friend over here. Hopefully we would be able to mount at some point. Looks like we are still in combat. There we go. And then our friend. So we can go ahead and help out with Scout Rendfire. And Mordremoth is rampaging through the Iron Marches back down this way. Here's the Scout. And it looks like the wolf is all the way down here and is currently being attacked. So hopefully we are able to get over here in time before the event is completed. I'm not sure if the event gets completed while we're tracking it, if you get progress for it, for the story. Not sure how that works, but we might have to run back and then get back over here. It looks like it phased, so there's like 2 smaller Mordremoth wolves for us to deal with. We have 1 friend over here that we can go ahead and help out. Where there's a lot of wolves showing up and a lot of jungle tendrils too. They are going invulnerable at times. Seems like they're kind of like splitting up a little bit, but we successfully helped with that. And we successfully completed all 5. There's 5 Mordremoth events in the Iron Marches, Mordremoth Brawlums. So that's kind of fun that we just completed all of the events related to this as we went through here, where I think one of them was kind of a bonus one. But we can go ahead and talk to this Char once again, and eradicating these things will take an army, where we can go ahead and take the sample. And let's check our mail, where we got 2 letters, one from Timey, and where she says, Bram told me about the summit you're planning, and I talked to Zosha. She talked to the Arcane Council, and one thing led to another, and now Counselor Flint is here in Scarlet's Leyline Lab with me, breathing down my neck while I try to finish my device. He's holding his attendance at the summit over my head. Until he sees my device in action, you need to come distract him before I fry his circuits. Where we also got this, where we got a mysterious seed, which is related to a special back item. But we have completed uprooting the Iron Marches, where we can get all of our rewards here. And now we have the Waypoint Conundrum. Help Timey construct a device to reconfigure the waypoints. So let's head back over to the Leyline Hub. The Waypoint Conundrum with this loading screen art yet again. And Flint.
Do not speak to your elders in such a tone. I won't have it.
I thought you'd never get here. Did you stop off at the dead end for a pint and a pie or something?
So Timey says, keep your voice down. That old lab rat doesn't need to hear this. Flaunt. I got your mail. What's going on? I talked to Zosha, just like Bram asked me to. She got me in to see Counselor Flint. It was all going great until I made the mistake of mentioning my device. The waypoint recalibration device. Exactly, I'm almost done with it. So he insisted on coming to see what I was working on. I had no choice. I had to bring him here. Are they going to come to the summit? He won't commit. He says it all hinges on whether my device works or not. Okay, let me talk to him. Flaunt. I've surmised that you are Athelstan. What is your involvement in all this? I'm a friend of Timey's. We're working together on the summit. Good, I'm glad she has a hint of adult supervision. However, it is of utmost importance that the council be alerted when underage progenies make discoveries such as this cave. I understand you're here to inspect her device. That is indeed the case. I need to verify that she is in no danger. She claims to have discovered a means to lowering the frequency at which waypoints resonate. She is working on it yet. Golly, I'm right here, and I'm not just working on it, I'm almost done. I'm going to save the waypoints. Well, I'd be closer if these scholarly gentlemen would stop distracting me from my work. Counselor, timing needs some time to finish. We promise we'll show it to you then. I will wait for a short while, but I insist on inspecting the device soon, and you will attend the summit? It's very important. I will attend the summit, but only after I verify that this device can protect our waypoint network from marauding vines. Otherwise, I'll have to return to my lab.
Everyone stand back, except my assistant. Back! Back! My brain needs some room to breathe. Is that a windbag out of earshot? Good. Okay, let's talk. I am gonna need your help to build this thing.
I'm going to explain this in terms you will understand, okay? The device we're building modulates, changes the frequency at which a waypoint resonates, how fast or slow it vibrates. Good. In theory, it taps into the waypoint network, finds the waypoint we want to fix, and then a dialogue happens between my device and the waypoint. Basically, my device calms down the waypoint. I need 3 very specific parts. There are tons of scrap here from the inquest. My hope is that we'll find what I need here. But it's going to take forever with Flint breathing down my neck. I'll gather the parts while you stay here and work. It'll save time. That's perfect. I'll send Scruffy with you. He has an autonomous mode now. I've been hoping for a good chance to test it.
Wait! Let me load up Scruffy with a few detection algorithms to help you out. Okay, part number 1. I need containment sterilization fluid. You know, that icky stuff the inquest stores specimens in? Don't worry, I'm not trapping innocent life forms. This stuff just so happens to be suitable for the liquid elements of the device. Number 2, the etheric armature from a standard power generator. I'm sure they've got one around here somewhere. It's not a lab unless there are power generators going haywire. Finally, I need a sample of leyline magic-infused rock. You could mine some, perhaps, but that'd take ages. I spotted samples earlier stored in wooden boxes toward the rear of the cavern. Much easier to just take those. Scruffy's ready to take commands. Simply interact with his input panel and select the behavior routine you want him to follow. He can detect items of interest, follow you, and defend from enemies. Scruffy can also repair damaged containment units if you happen to find any.
So let's activate Scruffy's follow mode, where we could read the instructions, or we can just activate the mode. Acquire a vial of containment sterilization fluid.
Agreed. The council has been too lenient with Zojia since Snap's passing. Her recent activities are especially concerning.
Entrusting a project with projects and allowing him to run around.
Let's go ahead and attack these earth elementals. Where the arcane council guards there with Flint are definitely not great people. But let's go ahead and come over this way where there are some liquid containment chambers. And we need to vanquish every enemy group, including ambushes and traps, or find the hidden inquest crate and defeat the chromatic creature within it. So if you happen to do those, we will get those achievements. Let's do a detection scan. Where maybe this one. Let's go ahead and break the oozes. I think I needed to do something there. Or let's go ahead, kill this ooze. I see the circle over there. Maybe we need to go over there. Scruffy's kind of just hanging out here, not really helping too much, but that's okay. While we get stunned over and over, which is less okay. Let's stun the ooze ourselves. And then let's acquire an etheric armature from an Asuran power generator. Where there's a power generator right there. Down with the spark. And I feel like we should maybe read the papers. Look for the instructional pamphlet. could figure it out. We could be engineers. Instructions are for chumps. So, should we turn off the generator? And then deactivate the field. Open the casing. Deactivate the field and then grab the armature. So I guess I messed one thing up, but that's okay. Let's get over here. Check chests for leyline infused rock samples. And it's nice to get another view of the leyline hub here. Probably the spot in Living Road Season 2 we have returned to the most now. I think this is our third time adventuring through here. Let's deal with this spark. And then a wide variety of wooden chests right here. Let's go ahead, chat with Scruffy, do a detection scan. Looks like we want this one, open the chest, and take them. Alright, let's return the required parts to Timey. I think there's maybe something over here we could check with really quickly. Because there's like the chromatic ooze thingy, and there's like a big settlement right here. Not settlement. Group of stuff. Maybe it's in one of these chests or something. But let's just go back to Timey. Actually, really quickly, I noticed there's a bunch of Asuran wrapped up in Mordremoth's vines.
Are you done? When do you expect completion?
Flaunt. But Timey, okay.
Let me hop onto Scruffy and make the finishing touches. Well, Counselor Flunt, I'm sorry to report that I've completely wasted your time, and the waypoints will now all be destroyed by Mordremoth.
What?
Just kidding. My patent-pending waypoint recalibration device is now complete.
Oh, you little degenerate. Turn it on.
I'm gonna need to take this to the heart of the ley line chamber. Watch your step down the ramp. From the center here, we can hop on whatever confluence of ley lines OMAD's Crazy Box ran on. And once the device is fully active, it'll adjust the waypoint's energy configuration to be bland and uninteresting to Mordremoth. It's on, and scanning the waypoint network now.
So, did it work?
Hold on, the network is vast. It may take a while before I know.
How long?
Best approximate estimate, a few weeks.
A few weeks? Unacceptable. Who knows how many waypoints we'll have lost by then? We need to discuss this.
Hi, Casimir. Don't pay attention to Flunt. Boss is handling it.
Let's go ahead, chat with Flunt, where we can say, I'm sure Timey can speed up the process, and we can say that we understand all of his jabbering.
Wow, you work fast. And you just started today?
It's not like I just imagined it. Once you've got the design, all it takes is time. And, well, I couldn't have done it without the help. Thanks.
Now let's go ahead and chat with Casimir, where she went and talked to Countess Anise like you asked, and she relayed our invitation to the Queen and surprisingly replied quickly, Queen Jenna will attend the summit. Our first confirmation. Apparently talking to Countess Anise was the right move, and what are we going to do now? Let's go meet up with Bram in Holbrack, where he doesn't really get along with his mother, so our presence will be helpful for Bram, and we can go ahead and send word if anything happens. But we have now completed the Waypoint Conundrum, where we now have summit invitations where we can speak to Bram and Air in Holbrack. Got our piles of silky sand, and that's Waypoint to Holbrack. As we loaded into Holbrack, we got from Marshal Turn, your summit. To Commander Athelsilian, I'm writing to inform you that at the behest of the Pale Tree, I will be attending the summit you are arranging to discuss Mordremoth. I'm deeply curious to discover what the royal leaders will say about the idea of combining efforts. I know we could use the additional firepower, With it, maybe we'll lose fewer people than we did when we fought Zaitan. I foresee that my presence will cause a bit of a stir and that the attendees will want a report on the Pack's plan. If you can meet with me in the grove prior to the gathering, I will fill you in so you can relay the information to the attendees. If you manage to convince the leaders to work together, it will be an enormous victory. I look forward to seeing you again. I have some things to tell you about the Pact and our plans for Mordremoth. From Traherne. It is really nice to see a letter from Traherne here, where it's been a bit since we have chatted with him. But let's go into this instance here where we can say Aristogalkin and Garm, and then we can go ahead run up here where we should be finding Bram.
Good to see you back in Hallbrack.
And that person right there greeting us, where we have them right here.
Bram, what a surprise. Hello, old friend. What are you doing here?
We need to talk to you about something important.
Let's sit down over here. We can talk in comfort. All right, I can see by your faces that it's serious. Tell me, what is it?
Should I be worried? Yes. An elder dragon, Mordremoth, has awakened. It's already attacked 2 major forts, Fort Sama and Concordia, and it's going after waypoints. We've come to invite Newt Whitebear to a summit to discuss the threat. No, Whitebear won't attend anything like that. We have more than enough challenge with Jormag and the Sons of Svanir. Surely there's something we can say to convince him.
You don't understand. This is bigger than us. Jormag is dangerous, but it's only one member of the Pack of Elder Dragons.
I understand more than you think.
No, you don't. If you did, you'd know that Mordremoth's reach is spreading. Its tendrils are showing up all over the place.
The Elder Dragons each behave differently. We're only beginning to learn of Mordremoth's power. I just don't believe Whitebear would leave here while Jormag's threat looms.
And Ares says, furthermore, we're now responsible for all over the place. We're responsible for our people. I just don't think Whitebear will leave Hobrak right now. And by the time Mordremoth reaches Hobrak, it will be too late. And then our people will have 2 dragons attempting to destroy us all. We have to challenge the greatest threat first. Exactly. Right now, Mordremoth is wreaking the most damage upon Tyria. If what you say is true, then this may be worth a discussion at least. So you will speak with him about it?
I know what would make Whitebear more likely to attend your summit.
What's that?
If he had fewer headaches, he'd be more inclined to leave Hallbrack. The Sons of Svanir have been even more trouble lately. Killing and corrupting.
Eric just stopped talking there.
Take care of it.
Where we can go deal with this group of Svanir.
We should split up. You head straight to Frostgorge and find the totem. Bram and I will make our way there from the other side.
You and me?
We won't be far away. Whitebear will be all the more impressed if you deal with this alone. If you're successful, I'll speak to Whitebear myself.
Where we can go ahead and get directions to the Frostgorge Sound, and we can confirm the plan with Bram, and we can encourage him to go with Air, where we can say, do it for me. And let's go ahead and go to Frostgorge Sound, where Callan is right here, and we can get this assault rolling, where let's go ahead and help Fenris and the Vigil troops assault to the Sons of Svanir at Barrowstead and destroy their dragon totem. So I think we're going this way, and I guess maybe we're doing the event chain here. So it looks like we may in fact be doing this entire event chain. So if you just double check with Fenris, where let's go ahead and take Coiled Watch. So let's push into this way, and we have to destroy all the Sons of Svanir forces around here. So let's go ahead and start dealing with them. And we can go ahead and successfully take this tower. And this entire event chain is something that I have done already in a previous video, so we don't really have to go too in depth with this. Veteran Icebreed Goliath dealt with, and we have successfully defended Coiled Watch. just a bunch of waves of Sons of Svanir, and then we're going to get to the next event where I think we're going to be taking Dolly-Axe to the gates of the Barrowstead over there, where I just got the skin, the Truth, which is just kind of a classic axe skin, and I just got it from opening all the different chests I have in my inventory. I thought I'd take this moment to clean my inventory, but it's the first unique exotic skin for this achievement, Exotic Hunter, which I haven't even completed on my main account. But just so much stuff, where I also have many piles of silky sand I can go ahead and consume all. There we go. That's kind of interesting. But you can get some piles of coarse sand, which is a crafting material. And I just have so many items in my inventory. But as we come into the Svanir stronghold here, we can go ahead and attack the totem foci, where we have the 3 around here, and then after that we're going to have the shamans we have to deal with, and then the main totem itself should be defeated. Now, this event is definitely pretty easy, especially when you are here by yourself, where we can just obliterate these shamans. And I remember way back in the day this was really hard because so many different people would come here and try to complete this event to get some rewards. And now we have the converted shamans that we're going to have to deal with, which I think are definitely a little bit stronger, but still going to be really, really easy. But with having like so many people around, it definitely like scales it up more, where you can get some nice rewards from this, in the sense of champion bags, which were really popular way back in the day. But down goes this frost shaman, and then we have one final ice shaman right here that we can go ahead and defeat. And now we can destroy the Sons of Svanir dragon totem, which I think if you happen to be in a version of this map where this meta is already completed, we would not have to complete the meta. But alas, here we are, and we can do summit invitations. Mission accomplished. Where I can see Bram and Air running in after we've done all the hard work, of course.
Woo! Yeah! I'd almost forgotten what it was like to fight in the cold. It's invigorating.
Well done, Bram. That was impressive.
Thanks. That was the first time I've ever seen you fight. I guess the legends are true.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So...
So, who else is starving?
I could eat a whole Dolyak, and its harness.
Let's head back to Holbreck, and we can celebrate with a feast. What do you say?
Well, let's go ahead, chat over there. It's nice to see them bonding, where we can say thank you, but I have to say no to your feast, where we are meeting a friend near the Black Citadel. Bram's friend Rox. I hear she's a good companion. Yes, she is.
Thank you for destroying the totem.
We're always happy to send the Svanir home crying.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I have to go now. May you always walk with Wolf at your side.
You too.
Where we can go ahead, follow up with Bram, where we can say that Air is strong and confident, and she's had to move mountains. You can't move mountains with a child on your back. And we have completed this story mission, Summit Invitations, where we can go ahead and head towards the plains of Ashford, and we can meet with Rox and Rithok. But I think I'm going to save this for the next episode, where we've done a lot in this episode, so I think it's a good time to take a little bit of a break. But I had a lot of fun playing through the story missions of this episode of Living Road Season 2, and I hope y'all enjoyed watching me along the way. I also hope y'all are taking great care of yourselves. Remember, as always, to drink some water and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all next time on the Road of Tyria. Goodbye.